Hello, fellow Nigerians at home and abroad. It has become necessary for me to do this urgent broadcast and call on all Nigerians to unite, irrespective of tribe, religion, political party affiliation, or whatever may be our differences, and join in the nationwide peaceful protest entitled End Bad Governance. This protest has nothing to do with the toppling of any government, as others are insinuating or alleging. It is not a violent protest, nor is it aimed at disrupting the peace of Nigerians, as others falsely claim. This is a protest of the people, sponsored by the people and for the people. It is not sponsored by anarchists, nor has it been sponsored by political parties or any candidate that may be disgruntled by Tinubu's regime or because they lost an election, as others are alluding. The government need not be afraid. There is no cause for alarm. We are all coming in peace. So I would want to call upon the police and all the different law enforcement agencies to ensure that they do their work and make sure there's protection of life and property, because we are coming in peace. This is not war. The law enforcement should ensure the protection of the lives and the property of those that are coming out to peacefully protest. Anyone or any persons that are found breaking the law, burning, looting, or inciting violence, they should be immediately reported to the law enforcement. They should know that such people are not among the peaceful protesters. In past days, we have seen how some people have come to protest against the protest, and law enforcement ensured that there was peace and order, and no one troubled them. So as Nigerians come out from the 1st of August to exercise their constitutional right of peaceful protest, we expect law enforcement to ensure that the lives of the protesters are protected against hoodlums and thugs and those that will want to cause mayhem in the nation. Someone may ask, why the need to protest? When you see people protest, they are basically airing their views, their opinions, their disgust and dissatisfaction concerning what is being done. And in this case, it's governance, ending bad governance. We did not say toppling a regime. It is not a coup. And it is not a call to anarchy or for anarchy. It is basically citizens exercising their constitutional right to air their views, something that has been the practice for so long. Even the current regime, before they came into power, remember 2011, 2012, and even 2015, Buhari led protests against the Jonathan regime. Tinubu was the masterminder of many of the protests that brought in the APC government. So Tinubu cannot turn around now and say that there should be no peaceful protest. So anybody that is saying that we have no right to protest, that person is against the Constitution and does not know what the Constitution of Nigeria says. In this broadcast, I am not going into the details of what are the demands that are being made to end the bad governance. Others have already done that. My aim for this broadcast is just to call on Nigerians within the nation and abroad to come out from the 1st of August and exercise their constitutional right to peacefully protest. That's all I am doing. We all remember that Tinubu, before he became president, he was telling the whole nation that it is his turn to govern. He said he helped Buhari become a president with the promise to hand over power to him. And he said it is now his turn. He promised Nigerians that there will be security, that there will be prosperity. All these were his promises, that he will ensure there is peace and prosperity. But what are we seeing now? Instead of the peace and the prosperity, things have gone from bad to worse. It is worse now than even Buhari's time. That is the reason why Nigerians are standing up to protest, and they are saying they don't want these policies that is only bringing people down, that the economy is down, people are hungry, they cannot eat, people cannot even go to their farm because of insecurity. That's why we have food shortage. And even where there is food, the people don't have the money to buy because of the state and the condition of the economy. So people are basically saying, if Tinubu means well and really cares about Nigerians and is saying, give me time, give me time. And as he has said, let the poor breathe. We heard what the senator said. They should let the poor breathe. But instead of allowing the poor to breathe, they are choking the life out of the poor in the way they are paying themselves and in the way they are running a very, very expensive government. And instead of they being an example, they are not an example. That is the simple reason why Nigerians are coming out to peacefully protest. And they are saying they want to see an end to bad governance. Tinubu promised to end insecurity, but instead of insecurity ending, we are seeing that insecurity has skyrocketed because now people are not even safe in their homes. Before it was just when you traveled, they will kidnap people, but now they are kidnapping people even in secure estates. Even the capital city is not safe from insecurity and from kidnappers. That's all Nigerians are saying. That Tinubu promised security, but security has gone from bad to worse. Tinubu also promised to grow the economy, but instead, what do we see? What is the current exchange rate? He made the exchange rate when it was about 750 or thereabout, but now it's about 1,500 and something naira to a dollar. So see what they are doing, floating our dollar, and the economy is gone down. Some people cannot even afford to eat one meal a day. People go to bed several days without food. That's all Nigerians are asking for. Is it too much to ask? Since you asked to be president, since you put yourself there, is it too much for Nigerians to ask? Talking about the economy, the borrowing they have done, you ask yourself, what have they done with the money? Buying yachts, buying expensive cars, the kind of budget for the First Lady, the office of the First Lady, something that is not even constitutional. What they are paying themselves, instead of cutting down the cost of governance, they are increasing it. This is what Nigerians are saying, and bad governance. They are not talking about a coup, but people want to allege a coup. They want to incite people and put narratives that people are not saying. We are peaceful protesters. Nigerians are just saying enough is enough. The lawmakers don't know what Nigerians are going through. And then they keep sending people to come out and be talking on TV and in the newspapers, trying to defend a government that is busy destroying the lives of the people. Some people are saying this is a cut and paste, that we're trying to copy what is happening in Kenya. It's got nothing to do with what is happening in Kenya. It is said the one who wears the shoe knows which toe is hurting. We are feeling the pinch. Those that are at home in Nigeria and those that are abroad. Those that are abroad are basically just working to be sending money back home. They're all suffering, whether the one that is at home or abroad. The people that are defending this bad governance is because they are benefiting from it. You want to ask me, what is the reason for this protest? Can I just say to you, people are hungry. If you are not hungry, the people are hungry. Many are dying because of hunger. And it is bad governance that has led to that. So they want the policies to change. Instead of the government asking, what can we do? Instead of doing that, they are trying to incite violence by creating a false narrative that no, there should be no protest, because if there is a protest, that it will turn violent, that it will be hijacked, just like it happened during the NSAS. But we know what happened during the NSAS. It was peaceful all over the nation. They will be singing, dancing, carrying the Nigerian flag. Nobody terrorized another until the army came against peaceful, unarmed protesters. That is when the trouble began. All this trying to incite people to pump something in their mind by saying, we don't want protest. Nigerians have the right to protest. Anybody that is saying Nigerians have no right to protest, they don't know the Constitution. Those that came out to protest against the protest, they also exercise their own rights, because nobody can force anybody to go out and protest. And I'm not doing this broadcast to force any Nigerian at home or abroad to go out and protest. But if you know you're suffering and you want to see change, you need to come out and let your voice be heard. So as we look forward to this peaceful protest, I want to call on all the law enforcement agencies to ensure safety of the lives of the protesters and make sure that no hoodlums, no thugs come in there and infiltrate a protest that is aimed at achieving good governance. It's got nothing to do with disruption of law and order or breaking of the law. And so, please, we want the police, We want the army, if the army should get involved at any time, it should be to ensure the protection of lives and property, to ensure law and order. I use this opportunity to call on the Inspector General of Police and the Chief of Defense to ensure protection of lives and property. It has come to our attention that some people are secretly sponsoring anti-protest protesters, people who will come in there to cause confusion so that it will be seen as if it is the protesters that are causing trouble. By so doing, they will engage the army or the police against innocent protesters. We want to send a word of caution and a warning before this protest begins, that anyone that is sent, whether the police or the army or any individual that comes to harm or hurt any peaceful protester, we will not be held responsible for whatever Nigerians will do. And a word of caution to all protesters: watch against using words that will incite trouble. We are coming out in peace. No one should loot. No one should burn buildings. No one should fight. And no one should be involved in any form of breaking of the law. Any form of crime is not allowed in this upcoming protest. It is a peaceful protest. Anyone that comes out to protest and engages in any form of violence or lawlessness is disowned by the people that want peace in this nation. And we will not associate with anyone that is coming out to disrupt the peace of the people of this nation. We have already suffered enough. All we are calling for is that the government should start to think about the suffering of Nigerians and do the needful and bring an end to this bad governance. This is the call we are making. So I want to call on every Nigerian, whether you are in the north, south, east, or west, Muslim or Christian. This time around, we must not let anybody come and tell us, we Christians don't protest, we Muslims don't protest, we from the north, we don't protest, we from the south, we don't protest. I am Yoruba and Tinubu is Yoruba, I will not protest. Don't let them sell those evil, divisive strategies that they've always used. They are the ones enjoying and Nigerians are suffering. This is the time for all of us to unite and end bad governance. So I humbly call upon all Nigerians, if you know you have been affected by this bad governance, then this is not the time to sit aloof and watch others and say, I'm afraid. If I go, I may die. This is what they've been using to oppress us. Fear, fear, fear. Don't be afraid. You are basically coming out to exercise your constitutional right to peacefully protest. So every Nigerian from the north, south, east, and west, let's come out and peacefully protest abroad and within the nation. Every Nigerian has a right to come and let their voices be heard. I pray that this protest will truly be peaceful, as we have been saying. Anyone that is coming with a sinister, evil intention to cause commotion, to cause trouble, may God himself punish such people. And if you are out there and you are among the people that they have paid, or you are the one that is already planning to come and disrupt the protest, don't you ever try it. Because if you try it, Nigerians are going to rise against you. We will see that these are the troublemakers. These are the people that don't want Nigeria to go forward. I pray that God will help us and help the government to do the needful to ensure that there is no loss of life or property during this protest, that everything should be done matured. And government, please don't be scared. Don't incite people. Don't insinuate things. Don't push people to the wall. People are already suffering and you shouldn't add salt to injury. So I am calling upon the nation. Let's unite and ensure that things change in Nigeria. We have no other place to call our own home. Nigeria is the home that God has given to us. We need to protect it. We cannot destroy it when we are already suffering. So why should we destroy our nation? We are here to see the nation built. And anyone that is against that must be an enemy of this nation. And God Almighty will judge them. Posterity will judge them. I pray that everything will start in peace and end in peace. As you go out to exercise your constitutional right to peacefully protest, I want to say thank you very much for listening to this broadcast. Go ahead and share it with as many people as you can. Every Nigerian, whether they're going out to protest or not, they need to hear this broadcast. May God bless you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bye-bye.